Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Situation Report. Today is day 272 of the Ukraine-Russian war, and so let's get straight into it. The deep state map was last updated yesterday at 2:45 a.m., and the situation with Liman first and Hydrevka has been clarified, and this was the only action or correction on the map here. So not much. It looks like the Russians gained some ground, and that's about it, guys. Okay, so let's move out of there and let's go to the Russian losses. Okay, so for today, guys, we're sitting at 341,000 and 85,000 killed in action. And if we go back to yesterday, so we were sitting at 84,600. So they lost 400 soldiers and 5 armored combat vehicles, 3 tanks, and 12 artillery pieces. Okay, so let's go to the news. Okay, guys, so the Kyiv Post is reporting on the Institute of War, the Russian offensive campaign assessment for November 21st. And here we have 2 days of shelling caused widespread damage to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. I was telling you about that in yesterday's video. Russia's government is continuing to escalate control over Russian information space. Ukrainian intelligence reported that the Russian special services are planning a false flag attacks in Belarusian critical infrastructure in an attempt that would try to get Belarusian military to enter the war in Ukraine. So there is a conspiracy there, guys. Not sure what you guys think about that. Leave me a comment. Do you guys think there's going to be a Russian false flag operation to get Belarus into it? And then would Belarus even join? So leave me a comment on that, guys. I'd be interested to know your opinion. Okay, and next, the Ukrainian official acknowledged that Ukrainian forces are conducting a military operation in the Kinburn Spit, Mykolaiv Oblast. So that was another conspiracy that, hey, it's turned out to be confirmed. Okay, let's see here. Ukrainian forces continue counteroffensive operations in eastern Ukraine amid worsening weather conditions. Russian forces continue ground assaults near Bakhmut and Avdiivka. Okay, so let's move on to, we've got reporting from Pravda. Ukrainian armed forces repel Russian attacks near 13 settlements, striking critical Russian targets, the General Staff report, and the details. Over the course of the 24 hours, Ukraine's special forces have repelled Russian attacks in the vicinity of Stelmakivka, Luhansk Oblast, and Sperny, Bilohorivka, Yahorlivka, Soledar, Bakhmut, Kaminka, Opening, and Vesely, Pervomysky, Granoskovka, Marinka, Novomikhailivka in the Donetsk Oblast. Russian forces have carried out 9 airstrikes and 7 missile strikes, as well as over 50 attacks using multi-launch rocket systems, the MLRS, civilian infrastructure in Komishkovka and Novotroysk. Zaporizhzhia Oblast came under fire. Okay, so that was that one. And in the Bakhmut area, hundreds of Russians killed in attacks in north suburbs. Company-sized Russian units hit crossing river. So this right here, guys, this is really the Russian prisoners that are working for Wagner and they're just getting slaughtered, and they're sending them to go get slaughtered. The rumor is that supposedly 8,000 of these soldiers or convicts have been slaughtered in Bakhmut. Okay, next we've got from the Kyiv Independent, and Ukraine military says operation underway on the left bank of the Dnieper River. I just wanted to post this as a confirmation, guys, because it seemed really far-fetched, but we do have confirmation. And yeah, I haven't heard any more information. Hopefully we'll hear something soon. Okay, moving on. Here we have Russians cleaning debris and putting fires out after a HIMARS strike on a railroad fuel depot in Makivka in the Donetsk region. And what do I want to say about this is that they're going to be attacking all the supply lines, all the fuel depots, ammo depots. Here's this guy showing the date guy. So, yeah. And anyway, guys, okay, let me pause this guy. We'll keep moving. Okay, I wanted to show this too. In Kherson, one of the places for heating, charging devices, and using the internet under Russian occupation, nothing of this was possible now, given the conditions of the Ukrainians, and the government make the best of it. And you can see all these people here with trying to warm themselves up and trying to charge their phones. That's pretty nice, and having internet services. Man, look at all these wires. So it's tough right now in Kherson, actually in all of Ukraine, guys. Here we go. In Russia, ordinary people began to beat the mobilized. Copyrighted music. You can see these mobilized soldiers and ordinary Russian. I'm surprised that they're fighting against them, but looks like they're getting out of hand, and rightfully so. So let's keep it pushing. I wanted to show you guys this one. In the Lviv region, a bus passenger started glorifying Russia, and the bus driver sent her to Putin on foot. So let's see this one here, guys. Get your ass out of the bus, you Putin sympathizer. So that's always good to see, guys. I've been seeing a lot more of that, and I'm going to be reporting more of those cases too. Okay, so CNN here reporting Ukraine imposes additional power outages due to plummeting temperatures, and also Ukraine officials urge Kherson residents to evacuate for the winter. So that's how tough it is, guys. Damn. Okay, so the Daily Beast. The Daily Beast, final crushing blow. Putin's men scramble over feared Crimea blitz. So they're panicking over the nightmare scenario in Crimea that Putin's officials are allegedly mobilizing troops in secret, all while claiming Russia's hold on the peninsula is unshakable. So they're really scared that if they lose Crimea, Putin's done for. And so let's keep on moving here. And I wonder if this has got something to do with it. So Russia is getting ready for a second wave of mobilization in January. And the plan is to draft 500 to 700,000 men. The 300,000 drafted before already killed, wounded, demoralized. Russians are starting to be quietly unhappy about authorities. They can't understand losses in praised army. But still, though, so supposedly, I don't think this is really correct here. I think like 100,000 have gone to the front lines, and they still have another 200,000 to go. But this number here, 500 to 700,000, damn. That's a lot of soldiers, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Okay, so Putin was offered a peace deal framework before the G20 meeting. And basically what it said, well, let's see here. On the eve of the G27 summit, according to Ukrainska Pravda, sources in the circles of the U.S. Secret Services, Putin received the framework for a possible deal from one of the intermediary countries. In short, the essence of the proposal was that the occupied and already annexed territories in the south and the east of the would be returned to Ukraine, including Donbass. But the issue of Crimea would be taken off the table, and for Russia this is a so-called Putin legacy. Therefore, the deal envisioned a freeze on any talks of the status of the peninsula for 7 years, and also any talk of joining NATO. However, However, after Russia's launched the massive missile strikes on Ukraine while the summit was actually going on, the proposal became irrelevant. So basically, they fucked themselves. I don't know if Zelensky would have taken that deal or not. However, that's speculation. It was offered. Here we go. The Russian mobilized in the Donbass are poorly equipped, and in order to warm themselves, they burn fires, thus revealing their positions to the artillery of the defense forces. Sherry Sherivanti, the spokesman for the Eastern Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, says this. So they're so cold over there, and they're making fires, and it's exposing them to artillery. I'm sure that's happened. It's also got to be happening with the Ukrainians. Oh, it's so damn cold. Okay, guys, so I wanted to show you this about the raccoon here. Just when you thought that Russian TV could no longer surprise you, they produced this. Okay, Russia's regional news slot in Kostroma has aired the report on the raccoon evacuated, stolen from Kherson Zoo, which they say is becoming a symbol of our paratroopers and their victories. So let me, okay, because it's translation, I want to show you guys. You know what, guys, since this lady is talking in Russian, I'm just going to read this out loud to you. I don't know if you guys can see this on, some people are on mobiles and not. Leave me a comment if you guys want me to, read along, or if you just want this to play naturally, so I'll know in the future.
Херсона становится символом наших десантников. Их побед, история зверька, эвакуированного из Херсонского зоопарка и оставшегося жить в подразделении ВДВ, набирает обороты не только в российских, но и в иностранных СМИ. А сам енот уже завел себе телеграм-канал, на который за неделю подписались 42,5 тысячи.
So they put a Telegram channel, and supposedly already has 42,500 people that have followed in a week, following the stories of the raccoon. So this is complete Russian propaganda.
Подробности из биографии.
Our paratroopers friends told us the details of the little fighter's
Маленького бойца нам рассказали наши друзья-десантники.
Его позывной Херсон. Он
His call sign is Kherson. He's a lad in the prime of his life.
Парень в самом расцвете сил. Его 2 недели назад эвакуировали из Херсонского зоопарка.
2 weeks ago, he was evacuated or stolen from the Kherson Zoo.
Вместе с другими животными. Те отправились в крымский парк львов Тайган, а этот енот остался с десантниками.
But the raccoon stayed with the paratroopers. Every day we feed him fresh fish and nuts. Like, I find that hard to believe. They can barely feed themselves.
Он живет с нами в окопе. Мы его охраняем.
Енот стал разведчиком. Он отправляется в дозор в подсумке для сброса магазинов и уже завел себе телеграм-канал. В публикациях енот называет десантников своими полосатыми друзьями, хвастается, что его берегут и балуют. Только что он получил подарок от вещевой службы.
2 маленькие тельняшечки для нашего дорогого друга, брата. Будет ходить как истинный десантник.
Енот – животное ночное, не так давно под покровом.
Not that long ago, under the cover of night, he hid half-eaten fish.
В ночи спрятал недоеденные рыбьи головы в спальных мешках своих полосатых братьев. Но его проделки вызывают у десантников лишь улыбки умиления и поднимают боевой дух.
Он нас мотивирует, просто стимулирует на дальнейшие победы.
He motivates us, he drives us forward. Of course, victory will be ours. The raccoon has become a symbol of our unit, and he's a member of our family. This just gets too weird. Okay, guys. And so the reason why I bring this up is because there's a Russian soldier, UK Inform, it said Russian POW asked government to swap him for the Kherson Racoon. Like, you couldn't make this up, guys. I mean, this is a little bit of funny. I like to have a little bit of laughter with this, but let me show you guys here.
Я Макашов Олег Анатольевич, рядовой, 75-го года рождения, в городе Новосибирск.
So he is speaking in Russian, and there are no subtitles. According to Soblitsky, in terms of potential combat, the man offered a completely equal exchange, and the Ukrainian side would even benefit. And incredible that Ukraine would even publish this and offering a soldier for the raccoon. And what's even crazier, though, is I bet you they won't even do the deal. They'll keep the raccoon, and the POW has to stay a POW. Like, the raccoon is more important than a man, a soldier that's trying to fight for them. Incredible, guys. Okay, another article from UK Inform. U.S. allocates another $4.5 billion in financial aid to Ukraine. So the United States government announced budget support to Ukraine in the amount of $4.5 billion. And published on the website of the U.S. Treasury. The United States continues to uphold unwavering commitment to Ukraine with the mobilization of an additional $4.5 billion in grants for direct budget support. And grants means it's free money, guys, so this is pretty nice of us. These funds will begin dispersing in the coming weeks and help the government of Ukraine defend against Russia's illegal war by bolstering economic stability and supporting the core government services, including wages for hospital workers, government employees, and teachers, as well as social assistance for the elderly and vulnerable, the Treasury said. Okay, so that is awesome from our part. The Moscow Times, guys. Here's an incredible article that I found. Okay, a Russian colonel placed under house arrest for washing machine bribe. Like, unbelievable. A colonel in the Russian military staff responsible for overseeing mobilization has been placed under a 2-month house arrest for allegedly demanding a washing machine as a bribe from a fellow officer. The Kommersant Business Daily reported on Tuesday. And Colonel Ivan Mertoshkev pleaded guilty to demanding the unusual bribe from a Moscow military commissioner whose conscription office he was due to inspect. Mertoshkev apparently made it clear to the commissar that he knew mobilization was going very poorly and that the commissar should give him a washing machine worth $1,153 if he wanted to pass the inspection. So, I'm shocked at this. Unbelievable. He wanted a washing machine. And we got another crazy article, guys. Okay, The Guardian. Dutch court sides with squatters of sanctions hit Russia's mansion. Okay, so perched as it is in an upmarket neighborhood overlooking the scenic Volga Park, it is not hard to imagine why a Russian billionaire would have been interested in the 1879 five-story Amsterdam property with the lush garden. Okay, he bought the $3 million house in 2019. Okay, now the squatters have been took it over. Okay, and but since October, the mansion, which has gone extensive refurbishment, has been taken over by a group of squatters who issued a statement saying that they had done so in a protest against Volod's reported ties to the Kremlin and the wider housing crisis in Amsterdam. So mainly because he's Russian. And last Wednesday, a Dutch court ruled the squatters did not have to vacate the property. Like, that's unreal, but I can see why. They're just turning against Russians. And so here, when the Guardian visited the house, it was hung with banners criticizing the war in Ukraine. The Guardian was refused entry to the apartment by one of the squatters who declined to give her name, citing security issues. Lighting a cigarette, the squatter said she was relieved by the judge's verdict. The law is finally on our side, she smiled. Yeah, because nowhere in anywhere have squatters ever has the law been on the side of squatters? That's just unbelievable, guys. And here you can see the banners in front of this five-story house. So incredible. Okay, the New York Times is reporting a drone attack strikes Sevastopol, a Kremlin-backed official says. Okay, and this was today after a drone attack in October. Russia temporarily suspended its operation deal that allowed Ukrainian grain safe passage through the Black Sea. However, today, local authorities in Crimea, Ukraine targeted the port of Sevastopol with a drone attack on Tuesday. It was unclear if any damage was done. There is an attack with drones that Russia installed governor of Sevastopol, Mykolaiv Razoversky, said in a post on his Telegram messaging app. The drones appear to be on a course to attack a power plant in the Bakalavka district just east of the city. So supposedly they repulsed a second group of 3 drones at sea. None of his statements could be independently verified. Okay, so that's what we have on that. Radio Free Europe is reporting that Ukraine's Secret Service conducts counterintelligence raid at historic Kiev monastery. And security agents in Ukraine have conducted a counteroffensive operation in Kiev's historic Pershkov, Lavra, and other facilities in the Ukrainian Orthodox Church as part of a probe into suspected pro-Russian activity. The 11th century monastery and UNESCO World Heritage Site, which also known as the Monastery of the Caves, is the seat of the UOC, a branch of Ukraine's Orthodox Church that was formerly under the jurisdiction of the Russian Orthodox Patriarchy in Moscow. The UOC cut ties with Moscow in May over Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. It's funny, they cut ties in May when they started the war February 24th. Like, what took them so long? You can see, so in a telegram on November 22nd, Ukraine's SBU security service said it was conducting counterintelligence measures aimed at countering the subversive activities of the Russian security services in Ukraine. Basically, they're looking for saboteurs and anybody promoting the Center for the Russian World and to search for sabotage groups, foreign citizens, or illegal weapons. And Russian world is a term at the heart of the Kremlin's foreign policy doctrine aimed at promoting Russian language, culture, and religion around the world. Yeah, like nobody wants to promote that anymore. Okay, and I wanted to show you guys this too. A new batch of Yakuvkin Mobiks are awaiting their deployment to Ukraine while chilling in a cozy tent. Like, look at this tent, guys. Okay, they do look like they have a heater inside. However, they don't even bother to tie it down. And so I wanted to show you guys this. Okay, I don't know if that, but right here, guys, you see, like this should be tied down so that the cold air doesn't come in. Like, I don't understand why these guys aren't motivated to. I'm guessing that's mobilized troops. They're just not motivated to really do much. And if they're treating their housing units like this, like they're not going to be very effective on the battlefield. So I just wanted to show you that they'd rather freeze than tie down their tents and make it all nice and comfortable. Okay, moving on. We have a soldier from the Armed Forces of Ukraine kept his word to the boy from deoccupied Kazokcha Lopan to bring him Legos that he wished for. So this is a bit of good news, guys.
В общем, мы сейчас с казачьей Лопань приехали. Если помните, маленький мальчик был. Ой-ой-ой, скользко.
So he's saying, if you remember, there was a little boy here who told us, I want a Lego
Маленький
set.
мальчик, который смотрел на нас и говорит, хочу конструктор Лего.
А вы волонтеры?
Да.
А вы ездите в Харьков?
Да, мы с Харькова приехали. С нами в Харьков хочешь поехать?
А можно?
He wants to go with him.
Да нет, я просто хотел набор Лего.
Набор Лего тебе?
Угу.
Что еще привезти? Сладкое что-нибудь?
Угу. И телефон такой.
And a telephone like his.
В общем, мы приехали. Сейчас все увидите сами. Я надеюсь, они тут. А малой у вас дома? А можете, пожалуйста, позвать? Привет. Помнишь нас?
Да.
Идем к машине. Помнишь нас? Когда мы приезжали к тебе, ты просил конструктор Лего.
Смотри,
Это тебе конструктор?
здесь два конструктора Лего.
Новогоднюю шапку? Давай оденем.
Снимай. Оп. Будешь у нас с Дедом Морозом. Здесь тебе машинка еще чисто от нас.
Спасибо.
Есть еще разукрашка. Вот.
That was
Наши
pretty nice
детские
of these
танки,
guys.
самолеты, конфеты есть.
So I wanted to show you guys that. It's a little bit of good news there, guys. Okay, also KUCnews.com is reporting that Germany handed over 2,430 generators to Ukraine. So that's always nice. And Canada.ca is reporting that Ukraine's sovereignty bond now available for Canadians to purchase. And this was released yesterday to offer Canadians the opportunity to directly support the brave people of Ukraine. The government of Canada is today launching the $500 million Ukraine sovereignty bond. First announced last month by the Prime Minister, the funds will assist the government of Ukraine so it can continue to provide essential services to the Ukrainians this winter, such as pensions, the purchasing of fuel, and restoring energy infrastructure. So that's pretty nice, along with our $4.5 billion in grants that we gave them. Like, Ukraine is doing pretty good. Okay. Now, this was pretty funny here, guys. This is a Ukrainian lowrider, Ukrainian helicopter, and yeah, I can't play that music, but you can see pretty funny here. Wanted to show you guys that. And I believe that's all I have for, yeah, this is about the military operation. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for your time. And I wanted to ask you this brand new channel. So if you would, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I do these, oh my goodness, you know what? Since we've been talking, the map just updated. So let's go and see what the enemy is making minor success south of Bakhmut. Okay, well, let's go check it out, guys. I was going to cut this, where's Bakhmut? Solidar Bakhmut, right here, okay. So I was going to cut this, I was asking you guys if you would please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm a brand new channel, guys. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let's see what it was like this. Okay, so we're looking at south of Opening. And okay, so that is the latest update, guys. They are making some gains south of Bakhmut. And you can see that all these arrows are basically going head first, you know, through the front lines, just sacrificing their soldiers or the Russian felons. So anyway, guys, that's what I've got for today. So please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment. And thank you very much, guys. Like, I wish you guys a beautiful day, and peace out, my friends.